This video is going to quickly demonstrate the simplicity of going from the pattern on the screen to the pattern on the fabric. We simply go into the pattern selection and find the one we would like to choose. As we scroll through, we have the opportunity to select our pattern of choice. We then can select the block that we would like to place the pattern in. We then place the pattern into the block. Now, we're ready to take this pattern and go over to the fabric and the machine area. Now that we're at the sewing machine, we have the opportunity to simply go in and select how we would like to place this pattern on our fabric and define where the pattern will be quilted. Here, I'm just selecting the 4 corners of the block area. I just move the machine to all 4 corners to define the area. As we do this process, by selecting the block area, we identify for the system where we want the pattern to be quilted. As we look back to our screen, we can see that the pattern has now been placed into our block area. We're now ready to sew. We simply click Sew Pattern. The machine now takes over as it prepares for the sewing process. We're now ready to start sewing. The machine will now sew the entire pattern. The machine then finishes up the pattern by doing a couple of tie-off stitches. And there you have it. Your selected pattern has now been quilted on your fabric. I'm going to simply use the cutter on the side of the machine to remove the needle from the fabric. And now we're ready to reduplicate this process on the next block. We can then go from the computer. We then select our pattern and placing it into the block. We are then ready to move over to the fabric and tell the system where we want the pattern to be quilted. And then simply sew it out. Again, this process is incredibly simple. With a couple key steps, we can take our pattern from the computer and place that onto the fabric to finish quilting.